Hey, I'm Gavin. I'm a beginner comic book artist, and on this channel I'm sharing my process as I build my own stories and characters from scratch. Today I'm designing a fantasy character inspired by Irish mythology, so let's get into it. Okay, so today I'm working on a new character design for my story. This is only like the second or third character I've actually sat down and properly designed for this world, so I'm still figuring out how I can even approach this stuff. The character is based on the Morrigan from Irish mythology. I've always been really drawn to myth, especially the similarities between Greek, Norse and Irish myth. There's just something really cool about how these different cultures all have these overlapping ideas: war goddesses, fate, three sisters, prophecy, crows. And I think that's where this design started. I didn't want to just draw a Morrigan. I like the versions of the myth where she's described as three sisters instead of one being. That always reminded me of the Greek fates or the three witches or even the Norns in Norse myth. So instead of fully researching it to death or trying to be super historically accurate, I kinda just leaned into that instinct. I decided in my story the Morrigan is three sisters, and today I'm drawing the middle sister, Macha. I think for me the character design usually starts with a feeling rather than details, and with Macha the feeling was anger. But not just like screaming rage, more like something sitting under the surface. I don't totally know how to explain it yet. I'm still figuring her out while I draw. I know she represents anger and violence in the trio, but also passion. She's intense. She feels things strongly, and I think that's important. So when I'm sketching her pose here, I'm trying to make her stand solid, grounded, not too flashy. I don't see her as elegant, I see her as steady, like she's ready. I'm not even sure if that comes across yet. I'm still learning how to show that in body language. One thing I do know is that she can see through lies. That felt right for her. The Morrigan is connected to fate and prophecy and myth, so I wanted at least one of the sisters to have that clarity. So I'm trying to make her expression intense but not shouting. I don't want her yelling or snarling. I want her eyes to do most of the work. I'm still practicing drawing faces, so that's definitely a challenge. But I imagine when she looks at someone, they feel exposed. Like she can see the part of them they don't really want to look at, and in the story she actually helps some of the heroes deal with their own anger. Not by calming them down, but by teaching them how to use it. I don't know if that's fully fleshed out yet, I'm still developing the story, but I like the idea that rage isn't automatically evil, it's just dangerous if you don't understand it. As I'm adding more detail, I'm thinking about where she's from. She's a warrior of the other world. I don't have every rule of that world defined yet. I'm kind of building it piece by piece, but I know it's ancient and mystical and not totally human. I'm not 100% sure I'm pulling it off yet. This is still early days for me as a designer, but I think part of the fun right now is just trying new things and seeing what feels right. Another thing about her, in my version of the story, the sisters have been locked out of the human world for thousands of years, and Macha has forgotten her past on Earth. I don't even fully know what that past was yet, but I like the tragedy of that. She protects the other world fiercely, she cares about it deeply, but she doesn't remember what it was like to walk among humans, and I think that adds something softer underneath the anger. Maybe some of that rage is grief. I didn't plan that when I started sketching her, but the more I think about it, the more it feels right. So I'm trying to hint at that in her face, not making her look sad, just layered, ancient, maybe a little tired. She's not the calm one. She's not the mysterious mastermind. She's kind of the emotional core between them, the fire in the middle. And because this is only my third character design for the whole story so far, I'm still discovering how they all balance each other. It's actually kind of scary putting designs down this early, because I know I'll probably improve later and look back at this and think I could have done that better. But I think that's part of growing as an artist. You have to start somewhere. Right now I'm focusing a lot on silhouette. I've heard more experienced artists talk about that, making sure the characters reads clearly even in shadow. I'm still learning how to think that way, so I'm pushing her shoulders a bit stronger, letting her hair flow more, trying to give her shape that feels powerful without being over-designed. I don't want her to look overly complicated, I want her to feel like a presence. I think that's what I'm realizing as a designer. Sometimes it's just drawing and asking, does this feel like her? And if it does, I go with it. So Macha for now is anger with purpose. A warrior who protects the other world. Someone who helps others face what's inside themselves. And maybe, as I keep writing and drawing, I'll understand her better too. Thanks for hanging out while I figured this out on the page. This is still early days for me as a comic creator, and honestly that makes it exciting. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know if you'd like to see the other sisters next. I'll see you in the next one.